Hi again. This is your host, Exchange IT Pro, Adnan Rafiq, episode number 5, 2018. Again, we are looking into different migrations options available, migrating your email to Office 365. Okay, so let's get started and see what are different onboarding options available and what are the tips and tricks and why do they exist. It will be very high level and we'll go more deeper and deeper when we explore more features in 365. So again, we talked about previous week, select your data services. Now there are different onboarding and migration guidance available. So we'll cover just email related, which is Exchange and Gmail. It will be very short video today because I will just cover Gmail and give you some high level overview of Exchange. So let's click on Gmail and see what do we find out and why is it really a best way to do it or not. And I tried accessing this URL without my tenant. It did not work, so I'm not sure if it's publicly available. So I have my tenant. That's why I'm seeing this. But if you want, you can try it, or you may want to sign up with the test tenant for Office 365 and access this, or you can just search it online. So imagine these are the instructions available step by step. Microsoft did a very good job to provide you all the details. How do you migrate? But and it's a perfect scenario if you have one mail account or two or four or five, where basically you just don't need to migrate your emails. You also need your contact, which you build up like for many years, 5, 10, 15 years, and you may have 500 or 1000 contact. So how do you migrate them? So basically it shows you the step-by-step configuration. Then you go to Gmail account and how do you export your contacts and then save in a CSV file, and then you come to 365, then import contacts. So it has done a pretty decent job where you can import and export the contact through the web interface. Here you can see Outlook web app or through the Outlook desktop client. Here if you see step by step configuration is available, and then this is it. Yeah, maybe like 30 minutes an hour, you just so import it. So basically you need your context where you do the same thing will be done with your calendar, because you have, I don't see the calendar here, but same thing, you have tons of your contact, but also you need to, what about your meeting you have already scheduled? You might have a meeting for the next 3 months or 3 weeks. You also need that. So that's another way you can export and import your calendar invite for meeting. And it works perfectly when you have small number of users, 5 users using your Gmail, or maybe 10 depending on how big their mailbox is and size that. And then you import an export, and then you follow my previous video there. I have showed you how to migrate your email from Gmail. So that will migrate your email, and from here you can migrate your contacts and also the calendar. But what about if your company has 100 users, 200, maybe 1,000? So if you do this way of migrating it, then it may take you a couple of months. You will have somebody dedicated to doing that, and there are a lot of chances of human errors. You're gonna miss your emails, your calendar invites, and contact. So what are different ways of doing it? So I would recommend check out some third-party tools which allow you to automate the whole migration. You just define and the tool take care of that. There are some third-party tools available. You look it online, look for tools migrating to Office 365 from Google. So you can see a ton of tools available, and you want to leverage those tools to make your life much easier. Now the second part I'm going to show here is about Exchange, and it's a very detailed thing. So I'll just give you high level. What are the different options available, and then in the future um, I'll try to cover more in details. Um, so for the mail and calendar, I was saying if you want to so there are different types of migration, like cutover migration, which means if you want to cut it over from your existing environment to 365, that's the way you want to leverage cutover migration, which includes 2003 2007 server, all the legacy server up to 2010 or 2013, where you have less than 2000 mailboxes. So the plan is that it's not necessarily you have less than 2000 mailboxes. It may be a business need, uh, where you don't want to keep email. Sorry, just yes, if you have 2000 less mailboxes, it's the best way to go with. And then again, is the IMAP. Then I can give an example. Could be hosted environment. Again, Gmail, as I mentioned you before in the example above. Yeah, and here you go with the contacts and calendar. If you go and click here, it has the step-by-step configuration. How do you export your calendar and import them in Office 365? And that's very neat. You gotta have your meetings which are scheduled. You want to have those meetings available. Again, um, it's there. You follow the steps and configuration. Now, uh, stage migration is another way of doing the stage migration, where you have Exchange Server 2003 and 7, and you have more than 2000 mailbox, and you do migrate in stages of batches over time. Let's say you want to migrate in the next 2 months or 3 months, then you may want to leverage the stage migration over the cutover migration. Again, here you see all these hybrid options available for 2010, 2013, and 2016. All these type of hybrid migration available. So you can have both on-premises and Microsoft Office 365 environment. You can run the both environment. If you have any one of these on-premises servers on premises, and they all require you to set up the directory synchronization for the Active Directory accounts. And there are some different options like minimal hybrid advisor, which we can look more details. This is another way of doing it, where you need to set up a minimum hybrid setup. Azure AD Connect, you need in hybrid, one of those hybrid where you want to sync your on-premises AD account into the Office 365, and you can also migrate towards Office 365 group, which is a shared workplace for email conversation file, uh, where all the group members can work collectively in a real time. So as you see, there are different ways of migrating, not just a typical hosted email IMAP, but even within Exchange, you have a number of hybrid options available, hybrid migration for multiple on-premises, and here you have cutover, IMAP, and all these options available. So it all depends based on your business needs. How big is your environment? If it's a smaller environment, then you have to make a approach according to your business requirement. Then you may want to choose a cutover or maybe IMAP, maybe hybrid. It all depends what you run today, and then make the best decision meeting your business requirement to the Office 365. I hope you like this video. I'll keep posting more videos. Thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching this video.